Hey everyone, TimaeuSS here, and welcome to another AFK Journey video. So this is Florabelle, the first rate-up unit that we've had since the launch of the game. Of course, Vela technically counts as well, but she was available at the beginning. But this is actually our first rate-up, and this is Florabelle. She is quite unique in the sense that this is actually our first summon unit. Now I'll go over the skills in greater detail just to see what we can infer, but of course this information will be available once more character details are released. This is basically just the promotional video. So let's take a look at what we are able to see just from this trailer, and at the end, of course, I'm going to show you guys the trailer part at the beginning as well. So she's going to be available on the 16th of April, and let's just go break down her skills one by one. Right off the bat, you can see already 3 summons right here. 1, 2, 3. You've got Archer, Spear User, and this little girl with the heavy axe. But here you can see the first skill is called Overgrowth, and you've got 2 summons right off the bat. One is going to be the Spear User that we saw, with the second being the Archer in the back. You can see that they all have shields available, and on the icons of the Spear User there is a haste as well as a life drain, so life steal icon. So I wonder if this buff is specific to summons, or is it going to be able to be available to buff your allies? If so, that's really good for the rest of the team. But you can see that the spear unit is basically your tank in the front and is able to take damage while attacking relatively fast. And here actually in the second one, we do see the haste is being applied elsewhere. You can see that if you look at the first skill, the Spear User is much bigger compared to the Archer, but in the second one, the Archer is bigger, and the Archer is the one with the haste as well as the life steal buff. So very interesting to see, and they also still have their shield available as well. You can see that they attack really fast, so this haste buff does look quite significant. We also get to see the tiny sharpshooter is basically this, a barrage of attacks coming out from the archers in the back. So very cool indeed. And this is the ultimate and the third unit, right? So all of these summons, they jump together and they do a little alley-oop. So it turns out that basically any unit that is using the skill gets enlarged, so it's very easy to see the indication. And here comes the slam. That is a huge AoE. It seemed to bring the enemies upwards into the sky, and I wonder if it also interrupts. So this is pretty decent AoE, and boom. And knocked down Thorin as well. If you look closely, Thorin got knocked down into the ground with this attack. So it seems like you can aim your skills, and this was the attack with the explosion that was from the barrel. So it seems like the ultimate cone, they didn't really use it here, but I wonder if the ultimate cone is like this, basically, right? Basically like this. You can see in the ultimate usage showcase, if she aimed forward, then you knock everyone into this air, and then Thorin fell down to this to the ground. So that's what we can see so far, and overall I do think that the summons are going to be very interesting. I don't know how tanky they are going to be. Of course, if they die too quick, they're just going to be feeding energy to the enemies. But if they're quite strong, it seems like they do have those shields available. And if they haste as well as life steal to further boost their damage and survivability, I think this is a really cool mechanic. So you got your 3 units, and then you have your ult, which disables. And I wonder if those summons will stick around for the entire duration of the fight. If so, then you technically can do a lot of damage, especially in the PvE setting. So I'm very curious to see what this character can bring in terms of the meta. And of course, she is going to be a wild heart faction as well. So Florabelle on the 16th, in just about 3 days, April 16th, she'll be available. And yeah, that's the early analysis. We'll wait for the skills. But before we conclude this, let's take a look at the first part of this amazing trailer.
Our story begins on a rainy morning. Florabelle tolls her flower wand. In the soft glow of the rain, bells rouse the dawn. The bulb sprites are the first to stir,
Or we'll be late.
bounding to the bell for class. Florabelle raises the flower wand high. The flower wand gleams in the misty air. Her gentle touch as soft as the morning dew.
The droplets have turned into light.
Children, gather round.
Yes, teacher.
Florabelle twirls with the flower wand, singing loudly. Wake up, flowers. From the dark and rainy night, rediscovering the hues of the earth, making every withered morning come alive. Singing loudly, the awakened flowers enliven the dark forest as winter quietly fades away and the most glorious spring has arrived.